And the goal of that is to try to establish, they call it information superiority in cyberspace and over the communications and command and control lines, so that when the conventional war activity starts, then the enemy or the targeted state is as incapacitated as possible and as incapable of conducting decision making and fighting back as possible. So they see this as cyber operations are a part to take over the communications networks and weaken the enemy before they come in with conventional forces. And we saw that with the biggest waves of DDoS attacks just hours before the actual invasion and then during the actual invasion. So we had that as something interesting, I think. And then we had a lot of focus on, or there was a shift in focus towards cyber operations being used to try to disrupt civilian critical infrastructure, from telecommunications to energy facilities. We had an attempt to again turn off the electricity for several million Ukrainians several times, and in Destroyer 2, there was the malware used there. ESET helped again, as they did in
Mhm.
the first attempt to prevent the actual disruption. And recently, what we are seeing is cyber operations being used more in a strategic way to further frontline operations and objectives on the front line. For example, by trying to penetrate the phones of soldiers to figure out where the soldiers are located, where the troops are, where the movements are going, and where, for example, drones are, where artillery is, where Air Force air defenses are. So they're using cyber operations in a more strategic way to again further the general military campaign.